Hello guys, I had a request to create a short tutorial about C++ pointers. Here it is, straight to the pointer. Here's the simplest program in C++. In Visual Studio we just have the main method. And as you can see, I don't return a value, I don't do anything here. Because we will stay in the debugger, okay? I want to show you what happens in your memory. For example, when I create an integer variable with a value of 42, and then I will create a pointer that points to the address of this variable. For defining a pointer you have to use this asterisk, and I call this p for pointer, number. And to point to the address of the number variable, we have to use this ampersand followed by the variable. Okay, and now let's see what happens in memory. I set a breakpoint at this location here. This means when I start the program in debug mode, it will be halted at this point of execution and we can analyze it. In the locals window we can see the local variables, the values and the address, but to really see what is going on in our memory we go to debug, memory and open the memory window. Now press F10 to go one step further in the execution of my program. And now the number variable has a value of 42, but the pointer isn't assigned yet. But after stepping over this line as well, you can see that the pointer is now pointing to the address of the number variable. Okay, now let's have a look at the memory at this particular address. I just dragged the pointer, p number, to the memory window. And here you can see the value 42 followed by 3 bytes which are 0. Why? Because an integer has 4 bytes in memory, 32 bits. You see the value now in an unsigned display. It also could be that you see it as an hexadecimal display, which I think is the default. We can change this by pressing the right mouse button and then choose hexadecimal display. And now instead of 42 you can see 2a. 2a hexadecimal is just 42 decimal. Don't be afraid of the hexadecimals, they are our friends. Okay, now let's suppose that we want to change the value of the pointer, or better to say, the memory that this pointer is pointing to, and with that the number variable. But we can't assign a number here to this pointer like we do it for the number variable because it is an address. But there's a simple way to change the value, and for this we have to dereference the pointer. So we write an asterisk followed by the pointer name, and then we can assign a new value. Okay, so let's start again in debug mode. I step over the first 2 lines as before by pressing F10. The pointer has the address of the number variable, and after I change the value, you can see that the value of the number variable has changed, because the pointer for which we changed the value is pointing to the address of this number variable. That's it. Alright, I think that's not too hard to understand. Now let's go to the next topic, and this is allocating dynamic memory using pointers with the keyword new. So I'm not going to create a number variable anymore on the stack. I will explain the difference between stack and heap in a next tutorial. For now, just keep in mind that when you allocate new memory on the heap by using the keyword new, you have to manage this memory on your own. This means when you are allocating memory with a new keyword, you have to delete it as well. Okay, now we allocated memory. We store the address in a pointer that is pointing to this new memory block. Then the pointer is dereferenced to assign a new value, and then I delete the pointer. It's also a good habit to set the pointer to a null pointer, so that we can check by using an if statement if this pointer isn't pointing to memory anymore. Okay, so I start again in debug mode so that we can see the variables in the locals window. Memory is now allocated of size int, which are 4 bytes, and the pointer is pointing to this memory. Now a value is assigned. After that I call delete for the pointer, so you can see it is not pointing to any valid memory anymore. And then I set the pointer to the null pointer, and the address is null, 0. Alright, in the next step I want to show you how to pass a pointer as parameter to a function. Let's assume that we want to change the value of this p number pointer inside of a function. So I define the function here and call this setValue. The first parameter is the variable that I want to change, and the second parameter will be the value that I want to assign to this variable. Let me show you the wrong way first, that I define the first parameter as a value, and of course when you pass the variable as value and change it inside of the function, then it won't have an effect on the original variable. But pNumber is a pointer, an address. How should we pass this to a parameter that is a value, not a pointer? Well, to use this now as a value, as we learned before, we have to dereference the pointer, and now we can pass it to the int lNumber parameter. So sometimes this makes sense, but in this case, as I said, we want to change the value inside of the function, and passing a value and changing the variable inside of the function won't have an effect on the memory behind the address that pNumber is pointing to. I show this here in the debugger again. pNumber is created, then setValue is called with the dereferenced pNumber pointer. Inside of the setValue method, the lNumber parameter is set to a new value, 100, but it doesn't have an effect on pNumber. The only thing that is changed is the lNumber parameter, but after we leave again the setValue function, the value of the pointer pNumber is not set. Okay, but now let's see how to pass the pointer to the function so that we can change the value of pNumber inside of the setValue function. The only thing we have to do for this is to declare the lNumber parameter as a pointer, so we add the asterisk. And then of course we have to pass the pointer to the function instead of the dereferenced pointer. And inside of the setValue function I dereference the lNumber parameter to be able to assign the value. And when we leave the function setValue, you can see that we changed the memory of pNumber because the value of the pNumber pointer is now 100. Okay, but in a real-world scenario or program, you wouldn't pass a pointer to the function, you would pass a so-called reference. You define a parameter as reference by using an ampersand, so instead of the asterisk, I just add here an ampersand, and now the parameter lNumber is defined as a reference, which is just an alias for the original variable. This means we don't have to use pointers, we just define an int number and then we pass this variable as parameter, which is defined as a reference, and when I change this now inside of the function, the original number variable will be changed as well. Very simple. But references are another story that shall be told another time. But anyway, you can see here in the debugger for this simple use case that it works. The value of number is 42 now, assigned in the function setValue. Okay, what else can we do? We can define a user-defined object, a struct for example, and then create an instance of this dynamically and store it as a pointer. Alright, the first thing I do is to define a struct, a data type, right here in the same file, and I call this, because I'm a creative person, my struct. And this struct should have two simple members, a and b. Both are integers, then I go to the main function and get rid of all the code to create a new instance of my struct. And I define this here with the asterisk as a pointer. Why? Because I'm creating it here with the new keyword, I'm creating it on the heap as free memory that I have to manage, and now I want to assign new values to the members a and b. This is a pointer. Assigning values to pointers can be done by dereferencing the pointer, so I'm adding the asterisk right before the p struct. Okay, but now how can I access the members? I try to access it by using the point and the arrow operator, but nothing works. What I have to do is to surround this whole dereference pointer with round brackets. Then I can access the members by using the point, but that syntax is a bit tedious, right? A better solution is to not dereference the pointer and use the arrow operator to access the members. This is a built-in syntax of C++ that really simplifies working with pointers and objects. Okay, now we assigned new values to the members of the myStruct object. Then I start, and you can see this in the debugger that these values are set. Okay, but don't forget to delete your allocated memory and set the pointer to the null pointer. Okay guys, I hope you liked this programming and especially C++ tutorials for beginners. If you do, then let me know if you want to see more of these. And if you have any questions, add them to the comments below. Thanks for watching guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Stay tuned and I see you on JNM.